Hello everyone, this is Alampalli Akhil from Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today my concept video is superposition of thermal stresses which are related to the mechanics of solids. And first of all, what is principles of superposition? To know about it, we have a certain formulas and certain derivations. So simply we can understand by seeing this slide. Can we understand like this? Sometimes we counted problems that are static indeterminate, which means we cannot just use the basic equilibrium formulas for a static. Summation of f of x equals to 0, summation of y of f of y equals to 0, summation of m equals to 0 to solve the problem. These three are the basic important to solve a problem. Means sum of the forces with respect to x directions equals to 0, sum of forces with respect to y directions is equal to 0, sum of the moments with respect to their axis is equals to 0. Luckily in solid mechanics we can use the delta equation to help us simplify the situations. The equation is delta equals to F by A into L by A, where F is known as the force, A is known as the area, E is known as L is known as the length, and E is known as the Young's modulus. Now that the equation is helpful, but isn't enough to solve our problems. It is want to instead we use with the another equations which we will write ourselves. Check it out. For example, can you observe a figure as shown? There, there are no way could to a static column. The fixed supports on each other were wiped to a right. That forces acting in the middle of the length of the beam. Not not solvable with adjustable equilibrium. What do we do? Introduction of principal superposition. What does it means? It means that we can take a competitive situation, break it into a few similar situations, then combine them to solve the original problem. How do we combine them again after breaking them up? By writing an equation using those details. So let's break the situation. Can you observe the figure? First, in, in between there is a one bar, and in second figure there is a change in the length, and third figure we can tell that the change in the length as delta x. So you can take the parameters you weren't given to a delta, then use those with the equations above. With those you can solve the problems. Then can you equilibrium sum of x components equals to 0 to sum of the y components equals to 0. That's the problem to be solved. And also main thing is can also calculate the moments of inertia. Sum of the moments equals to 0. First of all, flow of a presentation. In this there are few more topics: thermostresses and thermostresses on their bars, introduction of thermostresses and strain, thermostresses in bar tapping section, thermostresses in bars of weighing section, temperature stresses in composite bars. In thermal effects means known as that change in temperature produce exponentially or contraction of the materials and results in the thermal strain and thermal stresses. For more structural materials, thermal stress is proportionality to the temperature of change in temperature, where alpha is known as the coefficient of thermal expansion. Eta t equals to alpha into delta t. When a sign convention is needed for thermal strain, we usually assumes that the expansion is a positive and contraction is a negative. Expansion means going away is known as positive, and contraction means is negative. In similarly, otherwise you can say that expansion is known as tension. Tension is known as positive, and contraction is known as compression is known as negative. And thermal stresses. Suppose we have a bar subjected to an axial load. We have that formula is equals to sigma by E. Also, suppose that we have an identical bar subjected to the temperature change in temperature. We have the formula alpha into delta t. Delta t equals alpha into delta t. Equation of the above two strains, and we get the final formula alpha equals to E into sigma equals to alpha into E into delta t. We now have a relation between axial stresses and change in temperature. Can you observe the figure 2.20? Increasing in the length of the precision bar due to the uniform increase of temperature. And also assume that the material is homogeneous and isotropic in nature, and the temperature increases delta T is uniform throughout the block. We can calculate the increase in any dimension of the block by multiplying the original dimension by the thermal strain, and delta T equals to alpha into delta T into L, where temperature displacement reaction. And we can observe the figure 2.10, block of a material subjected to an increase in temperature. We can by seeing this figure we can understand that there is increase in temperature and thermal strain. As in case of a lateral strain, thermal strains do not induce the stresses unless they constrained. The total strain in a body experiences thermal stress may be divided into two components: stress due to strain or strain due to stress. And the temperature eta of sigma plus eta of T. And overall the equation we get it equals to sigma by E plus alpha into T. And thermal stresses in a bar tapping section. Taken a circular bar uniforming tapping which has to length where L equals to length of the bar and D1 equals to dia of the bigger end of the bar and D2 is equal to dia of the smaller end of the bar. T equals to change in temperature. Alpha equals to thermal efficiency of expansion. There are the equation in the thermal stresses for tapping section. Due to this contraction, compressive forces P acted when the temperature will rise. Delta L equals to 4 into PL by pi E into D1 D2. And due to expansion, when the temperature will be raised, that time delta L equals to L into alpha into T. Here no change in length, equation 1 and 2. So 4P, by equating those equations and we get the final equation like this. By 4PL by pi E into D1 D2 equals to L into alpha into T, where P equals to L into alpha into T into pi into E into D1 D2 by 4L. Maximum stress sigma equals to P by pi into D2 square by 4. Sigma equals to alpha into T into E into D1 by D2. Thermal stresses in a bus varying section. From the Hooke's law, sigma equals to EC, where E equals to sigma by E, where P by A equals to P by A into E. From the definition of strain, sigma by L. From the equation of the solving deformation, delta equals to P by A into L by E, where P is known as the force. With the variation in the load crossing section or materials properties, delta equals to summation of PILI by AE. For example, you can observe a diagram as shown in the figure where E is given as 29 into 10 to the power of minus 6 Pascal, where D equals to 1.07 and small d equals to 0.618. Determine the deformation of the steel rod shown under the given loads. Solution: divide the rod into components at the load application points. Apply a free body analysis on each component to determine the internal forces. Evaluate the total component of deflection. And solution we can solve like this. Divide the rod into 3 components. Apply free body analysis to each component to determine the internal forces. P1 equals to 60 into 10 to the power of 3 lb. P2 equals to minus 15 into 10 to the power of 3 into lb. Where P3 equals to 30 into 10 to the power of 3 into lb. Evaluating the total deflection, delta equals to PL by A into E, where solving the equation 1 by E equals to 1 by E into PL AL P1 L1 by A1 plus P2 L2 by A2 plus P3 L3 by A3, and by substituting those P1 P2 P3 and A1 A2 A3 in the equation we get overall the result 75.9 into 10 to the power of minus 3, where delta equals to 75.9 into 10 to the power of minus 3, and temperature stresses in the composite bars. You can see the two bars are given where alpha 1 and alpha 2 there are the coefficients of expansions, where the length is L, where expansion is known as L into alpha into T. By seeing the figure, we can able to understand that expansion of a bar, which is known as alpha, F by A into L by E, at temperature stresses contraction. Few expansions in the bar 1 and 2, L into alpha 1 into T and L into alpha 2 into T respectively, due to end fixed forces F. The decrease in the length of a bar F by A into and increase in the length F by FL by A to E2, L into alpha 1 into T minus F by A into L by E. By solving the overall equation, we get that sigma 1 and sigma 2 values, where sigma 1 equals to T into alpha 1 minus alpha 2 A2 E1 E2 by A1 E1 plus A2 E2, where sigma 2 equals to T into alpha 1 minus alpha 2 into A1 E1 E2 by A1 E1 plus A2 E2. Note, as a result of a force E, bar 1 will be in compressive, 2 will be in the tension. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Signing off, Akhil.